Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV once again. Tonight here on this Sunday evening, it is now time for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series. Yes, we are here once again at the Limaland Motorsports Park as we welcome you in to round number 2 of the series. Brett Wheeler joined alongside Jesse Pate. And Jesse, welcome back to Limaland. Welcome back in the Ultimate Dirt TV booth. And welcome back to the National Series for the Super Late Models.
Thank you, Brett. Happy to be here. Last week we had a great performance from some of these drivers, most of these drivers, almost all of these drivers, and I'm really excited to watch as round 2 of the National World of Thunder Series in the Super Late Models plays out here at Limaland.
All right, let's get into qualifying drivers. Top 20 drivers will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Down the bottom left is the driver that we are focused on the screen at the moment, and one of the youngest kids here in the World of Thunder Racing League. He's been very, very quick and very smooth. The 45B, Barry Sorensen, lines up as he's already taken lap number 1 and his only lap, and it is a 12.934. Mitch Stiles is going to come out. In fact, that's going to be Brent Fair. Mitch Stiles, I think, might have had some problems, so he'll hopefully start his lap once again. Devin Morgan, quick time with a 12.676. Waiting for the times to start to roll through. Devin Morgan, still your number 1 driver at the moment. Brent Fair on screen in that 013 machine. Got the Outlaw on the side of that race car. Waiting for the time to come through. 4th quick for Brent Fair with a 12.714. Evan C, quick time. And he's got it by a 10th. Jesse, a 12.573.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Evan C, good performance last week. Morgan, good performance last week. McGuire, good performance today. Fair, I think he got caught up a little bit, so looking for some redemption today. A lot of familiar faces this week. Looking forward to seeing these guys compete.
Well, a feature winner last week. The Swindell Speed Lab 127 machine. Blake Majulis just struggling there. Robert Tucker, right on the bubble there, 20th quick. We've still got the likes of Jordan Casey on screen, that old D1RT Russ Bucket, number 42 machine. I believe he had contact with the turn 3 wall just then. So again, we'll have to wait and see the time coming through. Well, it was technically a 13.055, but well, that is going to wrap up qualifying. 25 cars officially taking a lap time. And we're going to move into the first of 5 heat races here on the program tonight. Let's go trackside. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for heat race number 1. As we wait for the cars to make their way onto the racetrack, Evan C going to start on pole alongside him. Chris Maguire out of position number 2. Aaron Kitchen going to line up out of position number 3. Curtis Uphoff will schedule to line up out of position number 4. Robert Tucker will line up out of position 5. Blake Majulis out of position 6. And Garrett Nieburzy will start position at number 7. Jesse, Blake Majulis, no lap time, starts position 6. A shorter type of racetrack to what we've seen last week at USA. He's going to have his work cut out for him.
Yeah, I think he has the skills that he needs. I think he's equipped to make something of this position. I don't think he's sweating it very much.
Well, round number 2 here at the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series, presented by World of Thunder Racing League. Of course, 15 drivers invited from last season. And then we also had another top 15 drivers from a Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. And then, of course, drivers that finished 1 and 2 from the B Series earlier on in the day. They get their opportunity to take on the guys in the National Series. So if you want to do well, you know, in this B Series, that's how you're going to have to earn your way into the National Series. But boy, oh boy, just come off Pro Late Models, Jesse. Now it's Super Late Model time, and after this, in about 2 hours' time, we're also going to have some 410 wing sprint cars around here. So a lot of horsepower over the next couple of hours.
Yeah, I think we're about to throw some decibels in the air and make some noise. Chris McGuire, really fresh. He's performed well tonight. I'm glad to see that he got his PC back up and running after he crashed out and missed the podium interviews last time around. Evan C., I hope he's been practicing because we know that McGuire's fresh.
Well, he's going to certainly put on the show, but Evan C., one of the world's best here on the iRacing.com service in a super late model. He's picked up a round win in the World Championships across the iRacing platform just a few months ago. As we get set for green flag action, we're underway. Evan C. takes on Chris McGuire down into turn number 1 and 2. Evan C. going to slide up. Evan C. going to take the race lead down the back straightaway. Where does McGuire go? He follows suit. Then you go back to Aaron Kitchen riding in second. I'll make that third, sorry.
Blake Majulis already making his way up, about to take third. I knew that he'd had what it takes to get out there and just secure his.
Now Majulis running the bottom side of the racetrack through turn number 3 and 4, moves into position number 3. And again, it is the top 3 that move on to the main event directly from the heat races. It'll be a 23 car field, A main tonight, and Majulis in third, moving Aaron Kitchen back to 4th, and now Majulis sets his sights on that bright orange and black and white number 0 machine of Chris McGuire. Majulis went upstairs in 3 and 4, trying something different. Back down line window 1 and 2.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get some momentum to catch up with McGuire, but Kitchen got up under him and blocked his plans there a little bit. So Majulis doesn't quite have all of his work cut out for him. Kitchen's going to give him a hard time.
Slide job by Majulis on McGuire. And McGuire with a good crossover out of turn number 2 into 3 and 4 we go. Majulis is going to put the slider on McGuire once again. McGuire has it by half a car length at the start-finish line. McGuire going to slide up. Here comes Kitchen. Nose to tail down the back straight away. Majulis inside McGuire. Slide job once again. Welcome to Slide Job City, boys.
Wow, like straddling the truck tire with his front and rear tires to get that slide job done cleanly. Masterful driving by Majulis, the real life.
2 laps left to run for Evan C. He's just checked O-U-T at the moment. He is checked out. And he is leaving the field in a wake of dust right now. Into turn number 3 and 4. McGuire puts the slider on Majulis. Majulis turns it back to the inside. 1 lap left to run. Here in heat race number 1, Evan C. Gonna make it down into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. He's victorious. McGuire and Majulis race side by side. Majulis is gonna grab second. McGuire third. 4th goes to Kitchen. Up off home in 5th. Garrett Niebuhr 6th. And Robert Tucker home in position number 7. Just like the pro late models, Jesse. These supers, the National Series, these guys are putting on one hell of a show to start off with.
Heck yeah, they are. What a race. Majulis really showing what these cars can do on the service, showing how much his car control from real life translates to the game. To the simulator.
Yeah, don't call it a game. People might go, it's not a simulator, it's a game. It's not a game, it's a simulator. Anyhow, let's take a look at your ultimate turn to be starting grid. Heat race number 2, 10 laps on the board, top 3 once again.
All right, in position 1, we got Zach McSwain in the 25 car and John Alatek in the 60 car. In row 2, we have Huey Quillen in the 04 and Eric Skolf in the 26. Daniel Passmore in the 8 on the 5th row with Jordan Casey in his muddy car on the 42. And Mitch Stiles rounding out the field in the 54.
7 cars, heat race number 2, 10 laps, top 3, 15 cars from the 5 heat races will go through automatically into tonight's A main event. We'll take the top 4 from each B main, and that will give us a 23 car field here for tonight's second round of the series of the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series here, presented by World of Thunder. Jesse, I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you lead heat race number 2.
All right, here we go with Zach McSwain and his baby blue slick dirt late model super coming up around turn 3 and 4 to the green flag. Off they go, a little bit of bumping and banging getting started, but here we go, tandem driving 3 wide in the.
Well, already some good action going on through turn number 1 and 2. McSwain leads from Alatek. Quillen now up on the inside of Alatek looking to get into second spot as they go down into turn number 1 and 2. Scarf on the outside and that 26 machine on the outside looking in. Jordan Casey behind him. Then you go back to Mitch Stiles and Daniel Parswell. Those drivers are side by side. But, well, Zach McSwain and the Dylan Howard painted up Slick Sim Sports number 2 machine is still out in front.
Yes, he is, and the 04 of Huey Quillen taking it to him. He's making that low line work for him. Is he going to be able to get some momentum down there? We've seen it before in the past events. That low line has something.
Well, we'll see if Quillen can keep that 04 rolling towards the front of the field as he's up to second and starting to challenge McSwain for the race lead. Casey slide job on Scarf. Here comes Alatic back to the outside. Nearly a 3-wide battle for the race lead, but so far, Huey Quillen up on the inside, 6 down, 4 to go. Come on, Huey, put 4 more laps together and take the win in heat number 2. McSwain working back to the outside into 3 and 4, 3 to run past the start-finish line.
You know, there's only 1, 2, 3 transfer spots, and we've got 6 drivers on track, so it's anybody's race right now, and it looks like 04 is going to pull out and get first spot.
Well, McSwain may have just had it at the start-finish line. The times are getting very tight as they come across the start-finish line each time, each and every lap. McSwain to the outside once again. Quillen back to the inside. I think McSwain might have had it there at the start-finish line. 1 lap left to run here at the Limaland Motorsports Park, your Super Late Moto National Series. Through turn number 3 and 4, McSwain made the mistake. Can he get the run on the exit of turn 4? Oh, that was close. McSwain, .052, just edges out Quillen. Alatic, Casey, Scalf, Stiles, and Passmore. What a finish to heat race number 2.
Driving from everybody involved. I mean, I think we went green to green, or green to checkered there.
Yeah, no yellows in the heat races, so it is going
cars
to be...
turned around.
Nope. All 7 cars finishing heat race number 2. We move into heat race number 3, where once again we put another 10 laps on the board, and we'll take our top 3 from this 7-car field. Starting on pole in the 112 machine, that is Devin Morgan on his outside. Chad Prescott out of position number 2. Chris Fisher will line up out of position number 3. Dalton Cloyd out of position number 4. James Grace back there in position number 5. Blake Brown out of position 6. And Brett Rolls out of position number 7.
So I'm looking at Devin Morgan here. He finished on the podium last week, drove it from 5th place, so he's got speed. He knows how these cars work. He's in a good position here to secure his spot, so let's watch.
Well, one thing to note as well, Jesse, is just like we had in the Super Late Models, I believe the top 6 will be inverted from points. So we'll keep an eye on that. So I think Blake Majulis got himself a second spot. And, oh, no, contact there on the initial start. Prescott tried to not so much jump the start, but tried to time it. They made contact. He made contact with Devin Morgan. And now that's going to allow Morgan just to really clear away from the rest of the field. Now here comes Chris Fisher in the 5 machine up on the inside of Chad Prescott as they go through 1 and 2 cars, high, top, and middle. Right now here at Lyman, and again the track cherry ripe at the moment.
Yeah, great job by Prescott there, backing it off after he realized his mistake and giving space to the leader there and letting him have his starting position. That's really respectful racing. I like to see that.
Now the 14M of Chad Prescott now going to get relegated back to 3rd spot. But boy, oh boy, just like we've seen in the last heat race for the lead between McSwain and Quillen, drivers as they come across the start-finish line, it's too close to call between Fisher and Prescott. Although as I say that, Chad Prescott made a massive boo-boo, made a massive error in that last 3 and 4 turn last lap. So he's now going to have his work cut out for him. Meanwhile, Fisher continues to work low at both ends of the speedway. Morgan's back upstairs, right up on the cushion through turn number 1 and 2. 6 down this time by 4 laps left to run as Devin Morgan shuts it down low.
Yeah, I'm watching Morgan now, and he's playing with the track. He's gathering data. He's trying to find where that fast line is. He's out here running right now, and he's trying to figure out what he's going to do in the future.
Well, we've got 3 laps left to run here in the 3rd heat race of the night, and Devin Morgan continues to lead. He has led since the drop of the green flag with that TVR number 5 machine. Chris Fisher continues to catch up to Devin Morgan. Now Morgan, he's staying down low in 1 and 2, trying to protect that bottom side, trying to protect that race lead as we come out of turn number 4, this time by the white flag flies here in heat race number 3 with Devin Morgan continuing to stay low. Prescott, I think he's too far back for an opportunity to make a pass for the race lead into 3 and 4. Morgan goes to the middle. Fisher goes to the bottom. Morgan washes up. Chris Fisher steals away a win in heat race number 3. Morgan second. Prescott third. Cloyd, Brown, Rolls and Grace. And a .046. So that was tighter. That finish, that was closer than what we had in heat race number 2, Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of talent out on the track. This is an invitational series, which means that you got to be fast to get in here. So we're going to see a lot of that kind of racing tonight.
All right, heat race number 4. Let's take a look. It's your ultimate Dirt TV starting grid here for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Nationals Series.
All right, in number 1 spot, we have the 80 of Dylan Wilson. In number 2, we have the 2 of Dylan Hauser. In the second row, we've got Barry Sorensen in the 45 and Tyler Ducharme in the 9 car. Dustin Hall in the 331 and Blake Murray in the 79, rounding out the next row. And William Duvall bringing up the rear in the 32.
All right, again, another 7 cars, heat race number 4 here at the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. 10 laps on the board, top 3. This is going to be an absolute bell ringer. Dylan Hauser versus Dylan Wilson. Dylan Wilson starts on pole. Keep an eye on Ducharme as well. Blake Murray's got some speed. Sorensen's got some speed. Duvall picked up a podium in the Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. His first podium here in the DirtFan.com World of Thunder Series. But we get set for green flag. Off turn number 4, green flag is out. Heat number 4, D1RT's Dylan Wilson going to lead them down through turn number 1 and 2. 3/4 of the way up the racetrack, all 4 tyres right in the moisture into turn number 3 and 4. He stays upstairs like Dylan Wilson. Sorensen trying to make work and make use of the bottom side like we've seen over the past couple of heat races. Then you go back to Tyler Ducharme on the outside. Ducharme follows his teammate Hauser in the black and blue number 2 machine around the outside of Sorensen. Sorensen going to fall back to 4th at the start-finish line. But no, nearly 3 wide through 1 and 2 between Hauser, Ducharme and Sorensen.
Yeah, I mean, this is a stacked grid right now. A lot of talented drivers out here that I personally know of. And, yeah, we're seeing that play out on track. These guys just super close, couldn't fit a paper between.
Well, Hauser's getting a run on Wilson through 1 and 2 on the previous lap. We'll see if he can do it once again. Closes that gap. He closes it up so much he has to get off the gas to stop from getting into the back of the number 80 machine as Wilson makes a mistake there towards the exit of turn number 4. Halfway home, 5 down, 5 to run. Ducharme and Sorensen, they continue to fight it out for the final transfer spot. Here goes Hauser, slide job on Wilson. Wilson crosses underneath, and Wilson will continue to lead this heat race.
Yep, gonna get that spot back. These guys trading spots like crazy through these heat races. They're getting out there, getting a little racy. They're making sure that they have the car control and the skills they need in order to perform during.
Well, the Slick Sim Sports cars, the 2 and the 9. Dylan Hauser in the black and blue number 2. Oh, tight into turn 3. Ducharme, now his teammate up on the inside. 2 to go. Here goes Ducharme. Slide job into 1 and 2. Hauser back to the inside. Hauser not going to get clear, but he will get him clear in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. But here goes Ducharme back to the inside, 2nd and 3rd. Ducharme now tucks in behind Hauser, realizing that they're both in a transfer spot. They don't want to give Sorensen any opportunity, but Dylan Wilson going to victory lane 2nd is going to go to Dylan Hauser 3rd, Tyler Ducharme. Sorensen home in 4th, Blake Murray 5th, Dustin Hall in 6th, and William Duvall just completing 5 of the 10 laps here in heat race number 4, which means 4 of 5 is complete in heat races. We go into our final heat race of the night. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. In fact, we might only have one B-main. We'll have to check that one after this. But Brent Fair in the 013 will start on pole. Gavin Collins driving the 713 will start position number 2. Inside second row, position 3, driving car number 09. That's Tanner Tomasi, and Tanner Folds will line up at a position number 4. Dustin Sizemore will line up at a position 5, driving car number 11, and Daniel Powell in car number 32 will start position number 6. 34 cars, Jesse, have made their way onto the racetrack, and all cars have actually run a heat race.
Wow. So yeah, I'm watching Tomasi again this week. I'm gonna see if he's got anything else in him. He's starting in one of the best positions here in the transfer spot, and he's on the low line. So let's see if he can work.
All right, there is Brent Fair driving the Outlaw 013 machine. Then you go back to the 713 of Gavin Collins on the outside of the front row. A couple of Tanners in row number 2. Here we go, heat race number 5, the 5th and final heat of the night, and the green flag is going to fly. Brent Fair, Gavin Collins into turn number 1 and 2. Tomasi stays low, but it is going to be Brent Fair to lead down into turn number 3 and 4. Collins now second, following your race leader. Tomasi through the middle. And then you go back to Tanner Folds around the outside. They make contact going down into turn number 1 and 2. Daniel Powell trying to sneak up on the inside, but look at Gavin Collins trying to go for the race lead down to the low side through turns 3 and 4. The left front picked up. He might as well have left it at home.
Yeah, Fair, they're running our favorite color here on the channel, Ultimate Dirt TV. He's representing us well, running in that P1 spot. Let's see if he can hold on.
Fair leads Collins and Tomasi. Tomasi in the black and white number 09 machine. Running in third, Daniel Powell in fourth in the blue and white number 32 as he runs the middle of the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4. Single file after lap number 4 here at the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Mini Shootout Series. And Brent Fair continuing to lead here in the 5th and final heat race of the night. Gavin Collins still under pressure from Tanner Tomasi as they rocket down into turn number 1 and 2. All drivers work on the high side, and well, right now we see Gavin Collins getting tight. That's going to open up the door for Tanner Tomasi. He kicks it down and he will take second.
That's my boy. Yeah, looks like we've entered into the cushion phase of this race as everybody gets up there on the high end and tries to keep their momentum going as Tanner Tomasi brings it up to Brent Fair for the lead of the
challenge coming for the race lead right now. Tanner Tomasi trying to wave that tsunami into the race lead. Slide job. Crossover by Brent Fair. How good is this? Into turns 1 and 2. 2 to run. And right here in heat race number 5, we're still seeing some slide jobs being thrown. He's going to stay mid-track. He leaves a lane open for Brent Fair. Fair back around the outside. Now down into 1 and 2. There's the slide job from Tomasi once again. Fair back to the inside. Drag race into turn number 3. And a turn number 4. Who's going to have it at the line? Fair or Tomasi? Oh my! I'm waiting for timing. Tomasi, 0.038 over Fair. How about the last 3 heat races? The finishes, 0.052, 0.056, and 0.036 or 0.038. My oh my, it is getting tighter.
Oh yeah, what a performance by these drivers. Thank you for keeping it clean, drivers. This is what we do this for. This is great broadcast. I'm so happy.
Well, the first B-main on the program for tonight. There is still going to be 2, and they will be 14 laps with the top 4 drivers going through. As we take a look here at our Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid, Aaron Kitchen will start alongside Dalton Cloyd in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Tanner Folds and Eric Scalf. Row 3 going to be Blake Murray and Garrett Niebregi. Brett Rolls, Daniel Powell in row number 4. And rounding out the field is going to be Daniel Passmore. 9 cars, Jesse. Top 4 go through.
Top 4 transfer spots, 4 chances to get into the final race. Let's see who's got what it takes.
Now we can tell you news coming through the front row for tonight's main event. Dylan Wilson alongside Tanner Tomasi. Row number 2, Chris Fisher in the 5 machine. Alongside him in car number 25, Zach McSwain. And we're just awaiting row number 3. It's Evan C. and Blake Majulis. That is a stacked row 3, mind you.
I think this whole lobby is stacked.
Yeah, anyone can win on their given day. Here we go. B main number 1, Aaron Kitchen gets on the gas. We're underway for 14 laps around the Limaland Motorsports Park. Top 4 going to make it through. Now rolls up on the inside. In fact, that is Tanner Folds in the 15X machine as Brett Rolls going to... Aaron Kitchen. There's too many 17s and 15s in this race.
Yeah, iRacing giving us a little bit of confusion with the car numbers, but it's all good. We'll keep these names coming at you. Aaron Kitchen following up good performance previously, leading the field through turn 1 and 2 as the field stacks up on that high line trying to find some momentum. Looks like he's going to get a fight for first.
Yeah, Dalton Cloyd slide job down into turn number 3 and 4. Kitchen back to the inside, 3 in the books, 11 to go. B main number 1, Kitchen slides up, slider line through 1 and 2. Cloyd back to the inside, he goes to the middle of the racetrack. I don't think he's left himself enough room to clear a slide job. No, Kitchen back around the outside. Blake Murray moves into position 3. Tanner Folds now in that all-important 4th and final transfer spot. They race side by side for the final transfer spot. Folds gets tight. Now, so does Dalton Cloyd. Blake Murray moves into 2nd at the start-finish line. And Eric Scalf, he's now got the opportunity. Cloyd gets tight. 3 wide. Oh, no. Scalf and Folds come together. Folds upside down.
Man, and what a performance. That's what happens when you get out here running hard and running fast with guys that know what they're doing. Is racing incidents happen, and I think we'll chalk it up to a racing incident most.
Tanner Folds, he went upside down, got caught up on the catch fence. He got the car off the catch fence, so he's still able to circulate, but he will be at the back of the bus. And now our top 4 will look like this. Aaron Kitchen, Blake Murray, Dalton Cloyd in 3rd. 4th is Garrett Niebuhr. So Eric Scalf, not sure whether he has opted to go to the rear for that contact or whether race control has sent him to the back. Personally, I thought that was just a hard racing deal. As we're going to go up. Yeah, go on.
Oh, yeah. He just got hooked up on the outside line there on the back stretch, hooked up the front of the car as they were coming down with... and as we go to green here, we've got Aaron Kitchen leading the field as Blake Murray challenges up the inside line.
Yeah, Niebuhr working back there into position number 4. He's going to have Daniel Power. In fact, Power gets around the outside, but we continue to watch the battle on for the number 1 spot and the runner-up spot. Dalton Cloyd in that blue number 12 machine on the outside behind your race leader, the white and pink. Number 17 machine, Aaron Kitchen. Blake Murray there on screen in the 79. He now gets passed by Dalton Cloyd. Cloyd gets into the wall. Here comes Daniel Powell. Powell with a slide job. No, he leaves a lane for Cloyd. They race, they touch, they bang. They do everything down the back straight away. But what they do is they keep it clean and green. And this is the drivers in 3rd and 4th spot. 2 to go.
Yeah, using every single inch of the racetrack out there, coming out of turn 2 there and using that little runoff just to get a little bit of extra speed. These guys are masterful. They know their craft. They know what they're doing. They're out here to...
White flag is out. Final lap here for Aaron Kitchen in the first of 2 B mains into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, Aaron Kitchen going to the main event. Blake Murray 2nd. Dalton Cloyd 3rd. 4th is going to go to Daniel Powell. He holds on by 0.2 of a second. Back to Garrett Niebuhr in position number 5. And there we go. B main number 1 is complete. We've got 4 more positions left in this 23 car field. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid for B main number 2.
All right, leading up the field, Jordan Casey in the 42 car, Barry Sorensen in the 45 on the outside, Curtis Uphoff in the 129 car, and Blake Brown in the 74 car, bringing row 2. Row 3 is Dustin Sizemore in the 11 car and Mitch Stiles in the 54 car, Dustin Hall in the 331 and Robert Tucker in the 12 car on row 4, and row 5 is going to be James Grace in the 269 car and William Duvall in the 32 car.
10 cars, 4 cars going through to our A main here in the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series tonight, presented by World of Thunder Racing League, live right here on Ultimate Dirt TV's Facebook and YouTube channel. We're also live on the World of Thunder page, the Facebook page, and also live on dirtfan.com's Facebook page. We thank everybody that has tuned in here tonight. We hope you enjoyed the coverage as we get set here for B-Main number 2. The final 4 cars going to make the big dance. And Jordan Casey, Barry Sorensen. Casey, he gets on the gas, being the pole car. He can dictate on when the green flag is going to drop, because we all know when that drops, the BS stops down into turn number 3 and 4. Up on the inside now, looking for second. Slide job on Sorensen. Blake Brown, the 74 car, half spun the car, half got turned, I should say. 3 wide into turn 2, lots of 3 wide, 4 wide. Styles around on the exit of turn number 2.
Yeah, I think I spotted a 5 wide there as we come out with yellow. Jordan Casey looking in good form. I think where he's sitting on the grid, he's not going to get any more dirt on that.
No, that rusted old, the rust bucket, we'll call it, the 42 for D1RT Racing. We get a closer look of that race car. Ready? And he's right now just as you sit under yellow, pretending to keep those tyres warm. But he's still got a long way to go yet, Jesse, because when we go back to green, we've only going to be pretty much 5 laps in the books, and we're still going to have 9 laps left to go around here.
Oh, yeah, I think that if he holds it together and keeps doing what he's doing, he's going to be okay. But consistency is key, and you got to be consistent. So we'll see if he has what it takes.
All right, so the lights out on the iRacing.com pace truck, I believe. Yes, they are. We are set for green flag action. Like I said, 5 down, 9 laps left to run. Delaware double file restarts. Casey will have the front row to himself. Oh, no, up off. Tried to sneak up on the inside, and, well, that could have been disastrous for everyone because it happened at the front of the field. But now Sorensen around the outside of Curtis Upoff as we go down into 3 and 4. 3 wide. Here comes Blake Brown up on the inside. 3 wide. There's a couple of 3 wide packs going as they go 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 through turn number 1 and 2. A lot of 2s.
Yes, a little hairy start there. I think that Uphoff got a little bit ahead of himself, and everybody's seeming to check up a little bit and find their place. A lot of hard running through no, we're in a main now. Yeah, and time flying for me because I'm having so much fun. I can't remember what heat we're in.
Yeah, B-Main 2 is where we're at. 5 to go. This time by out of turn number 4. The 42, the D1RT 42 entry. Jordan Casey, cool as a cucumber, out in front. Blake Brown now doing a nice job in second spot in that TeamVLR.com number 74 machine. Barry Sorensen and Curtis Upoff battling for 3rd and 4th. They've got a bit of a gap back to our 5th place runner as we go yellow. And just as we were coming to 4 to go, when we lose these 3 laps, you would think it would be just a 1-lap sprint to the end. No, that is not the case. They are going to extend it. So we have, I believe, 3 attempts at a green-white checker. So these drivers will have 2 more laps around the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park here in this second B-Main before we head into what is going to be a 3-minute warm-up session before these drivers will have their last preparations before tonight's A-Main event.
Sounds good. Yeah, just a couple of drivers getting stacked up on the low side of exit of turn 2 there, and ended up having a late model up on its roof for a little bit. I'm not sure if they removed themselves from the track or if they got righted, but yeah, a lot of good running tonight. We haven't seen a lot of cautions, so I'm sure these guys are happy to take a breath for a second and collect themselves before they get going.
Yeah, getting itchy right at the feet. We're getting set to go once again. Casey. And you go back to Brown, Sorensen, and Upoff. Those are your top 4. James Grace, Dustin Sizemore, Mitch Styles are the final 3 cars. They've got 2 to make something happen. As we get into turn number 3 and 4, Brown continues to run low. Sorensen still working upstairs into turn number 1 and 2. The white flag flies here in B-Main number 2. And Jordan Casey down the back straightaway for the final time. Down to the low side out of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Jordan Casey with the win. Blake Brown 2nd. Barry Sorensen home in 3rd. And 4th is going to go to Curtis Upoff. And those are your final 4 drivers to lock into tonight's A-Main event. And Jesse, now we are just a few moments away, or a few minutes away, from our 60-lap A-Main event.
Yeah, little fun there from the winner of that B main doing the celebratory, destroying your car. You don't see that in real.
No, we'll take this opportunity right now to step aside before we go. We are going to be playing the American National Anthem, proudly sung by Dustin Sizemore.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Ultimate Dirt TV's coverage of the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series right here on Ultimate Dirt TV's Facebook and YouTube channel. Tonight we are live for round number 2 here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. As Brett Wheel and myself joined alongside Jesse Pate. Jesse, we've had our preliminary action. We've had 2 B mains. We've had a full track reset. These drivers have had 5 minutes to warm up on this fresh racetrack and really start to wear it in for what should be a fantastic showing for 60 laps around Limaland.
Yes, we've seen a lot of talent around here today. 2 previous broadcasts, a lot of these familiar faces, and we got one coming up here soon. I would like to remind everybody that next Sunday we'll have the 2nd annual Michael Rose Memorial. They have raised some money last year for the family, and this year donations will be going to the COVID-19 frontline workers. Donation link will be available next week's broadcast. So just want to remind everybody of that upcoming event.
There we go, next Sunday night on World of Thunder. And more than likely on Ultimate Dirt TV as well, as we get set for tonight's A main event. Let's take a look at your Ultimate Dirt TV starting grid. Alright, starting on pole, due to the point inversion, row number 1 is going to be Dylan Wilson and Tanner Tomasi. Row 2 going to be Chris Fisher and Zach McSwain. Row 3 will see Evan C line up alongside Blake Majulis. Then we go back to Huey Quillen out of position 7. Devin Morgan lines up out of position number 8. Row number 5 going to be Dylan Hauser and Brent Fair. Row 6 we'll see Chris Maguire and John Alatic. Row 7 going to be Shad Prescott and Tyler Ducharme. Gavin Collins and Aaron Kitchen in row number 8. Row number 9 going to be Jordan Casey and Blake Murray. Blake Brown and Dalton Cloyd will start positions number 19 and 20. 21st is going to be Barry Sorensen. 22nd going to be Daniel Powell. And Curtis Uphoff to start position number 23. Jesse, who do you like in this 60-lap main event?
Oh, well, I think it goes without saying that Blake Majulis is here for him. He was the winner last week. He drove from 6th on the grid, which happens to be the leader of points position. That 127 machine has a lot to give. The other two that finished on the podium last week, Devin Morgan and Blake Brown, also two to watch. Blake Brown drove from the 12th position on grid in order to secure his 3rd position spot, so definitely a performer out there tonight. And then Clay Devin and Steven Spees, also winners of the mains last week. So the B and C main, that is. So a couple of drivers to watch tonight, see if they can replicate last week's success.
All right, well, the drivers are making their way. The pace truck has moved to the infield. The iRacing green flag has been thrown, but we, of course, are not going green. What we're going to do, we're going to get these drivers into their correct positions. So we know that Dylan Wilson is going to start on pole, and he will start alongside Tanner Tomasi. So once we get these drivers in their correct positions, it'll be Chris Fisher, and Zach McSwain, and then Evan C and Blake Majulis. Looks like they're moving in to the greatest sight in all of motorsports, Jesse. It is the World of Thunder, the DirtFan.com World of Thunder Racing League Super Late Model National Series tonight, live from the Limaland Motorsports Park, as the drivers show a simple show of respect to you, the race fans. They are 4 wide here at the Limaland Motorsports Park.
Beautiful sight to see. I love seeing these cars. I love being able to pick out where the teams are. You can see a couple of matching liveries, matching wraps out there, matching paint jobs. Those guys run together. They practice together. They get together and laugh and learn. And yeah, I love seeing these guys getting out here and enjoying the sport with.
No better sight in all of motorsports, ladies and gentlemen. A 4 wide salute. The drivers will break away from that 4 wide salute. We are 2 to green. Right now, as the drivers will pick up the gas, they will slow back down out of turn number 4. And now it is time. The calm before the storm, ladies and gentlemen. A 60-lap A main event here live from the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park right here on Ultimate Dirt TV. As we get set for our A-main, Dylan Wilson going to lead us to the drop of the green flag. Green flag is out and we're underway, and we've got a very fresh track right now as Tomasi and Fisher, they will race side by side down into turn number 3 and 4. Majulis right through the middle, Huey Quillen and Zach McSwain either side of the 127, but now Majulis looking to move into position number 3, trying to get by Tanner Tomasi very early on, but here comes a challenge for the race lead. We go yellow.
Yeah, first yellow coming out for the feature race tonight. A lot of guys out there trying to jockey for position and get set up in a good track position to give themselves a chance at a podium later.
All right, so our first yellow night, just like we've seen in the pro late models, Jensen, we had 2 or 3 quick cautions, I think, inside of the first 10 or 15 laps. Once we got those out of the way, those drivers put on a fantastic showing in those final 30 to 35 laps. I think we only seen one, maybe two cautions during that period. So, once these drivers get into that rhythm, it's pretty much smooth sailing, because these guys, they know what it takes to get around here. They know, and they're also going to be very wary of their surroundings.
Yeah, this is a quarter-mile track. It's dubbed the Quarter Mile of Thunder, very appropriate here for the World of Thunder iRacing League Series. But a lot of these guys run in real life, so quarter-mile tracks with high banking is pretty comfortable.
All right, green flag set to fly once again here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. Dylan Wilson is just jumped out to a 2-car length advantage lead, but Chris Fisher, that TVR, that Silver Hill Racing number 5 machine, continues to work low, trying to reel in your race leader. Then you go back to Blake Majulis in third. Fourth spot is up for grabs between Huey Quillen and Tanner Tomasi. How about Huey Quillen? He hasn't got off the bottom side. He's been there all night so far, Jesse, and boy, oh boy, if this track stays in tip-top shape like it was, there is a good chance that we're going to see a new race leader down into turn number 3 and 4. Fisher takes over the race lead. Dylan Wilson back to second. Yellow is out. A timely yellow for Chris Fisher.
Absolutely. Every single yellow that comes out is going to benefit some driver, and it's going to hurt others. And that's just the name of the game, is running what you got, running your race, keeping it clean, making good choices, and capitalizing on the opportunities that you...
Well, a TVR car starts the field and brings up the field. So you got one TVR number 5 machine out in front, Chris Fisher. Another one, a TVR called Chris Maguire. He is at the back of the bus in position number 23 spots. 2 yellows so far in 10 laps completed right now. And I tell you what, we've still got 50 to go. And boy, oh boy, this race is going to be on when we go back to green.
Yeah, I've been watching Majulis make his way around the midline right now. I'm wondering, as the track starts tracking in, if he's going to be able to adapt to that low line as they're ready to come to green here at Limaland.
All right, here we go. Drivers getting the 1 to green signal right now from race control and from the iRacing.com flagman. Delaware double file restarts. The leader has the front row all to themselves. The second place driver will get to choose inside and outside. Everybody else will go into their correct positions in insides and outsides as we go back to green. Huey Quillen, as no green is yet to come out, so yellow flag coming back out very quickly. Not sure whether there was something happened at the back of the field or not, but that was a very lucky and a very timely place for that pace car to come back out, because that could have got very ugly going down into turn number 1. In fact, it's now actually thrown the green flag, so race control telling these drivers, do not go green, do not go green. They'll go back into their original spots, and I assume we are about to go green flag out of turn number 4.
Yeah, these race admins that run our series here, they have a lot of tools at their disposal to get the product out that they want to get and get the race rules and everything sorted. So really masterful guys getting this thing rolling and keeping everybody in line and making sure that we stay on the rules and we deliver what we say we're going.
All right, so once again, we are still pacing at the moment, although we've just lost another lap or 2. But again, it is in the safety of these drivers that they listen to race control. They are handing and barking orders at the moment. Steve McMillan would be letting these guys know what is up, and well, they can't. And the reason why we're still yellow under green is the fact that if we throw the yellow now, not only would we lose 3 more laps, but it might jumble the running order up to where it put drivers into the incorrect positions.
So I believe what he's going to do here is manually call a green flag to them over the iRacing comms.
There you go. That should happen this time. By out of turn number 4, Chris Fisher, Dylan Wilson, Huey Quillen, absolutely impressed. Stoked for that 04 machine right now. In fact, we'll go one more time. But that 04 machine, Huey Quillen, will show him on screen right now. Man, oh man, if he can get a podium, how about if he was able to get a win? Wouldn't that just absolutely shock and put an absolute notice out there to all these drivers here on the DirtFan.com National Series that any driver in the series, as long as they've got the capability and they have a little bit of luck go their way, they are certainly capable of going to victory lane.
Yeah, I'm just peeking his I rating here, and it's a pretty big number. So he's had some experience on the service for sure. This isn't his first rodeo.
Well, I'll tell you what, ready? And I'll throw a stat out to you right now. We're gonna say his I rating number 4,216. That is, at the moment, from what I can see, the third lowest I rating in this one.
Yeah, you definitely have a point there.
All right, pace is starting to pick up once again. Here we go, green flag action out of turn number 4. Fisher will lead. Quillen, sorry. Down through turn number 1 and 2 on the low side. A lot of these drivers, when they run that bottom side, they pick up the left front. There's Majulis and Evan C. As fact, it's Tanner Tomasi and Evan C. Blake Majulis is running the outside behind Dylan Wilson. Huey Quillen up to position 2 right now as Majulis following in through turns 3 and 4. The ATD machine now. Where does Majulis go? He's going to stay bottom to mid-track now out of turn number 2. But how about Chris Fisher? Right now, putting an absolute hurting on the rest of the field.
Yeah, Fisher doing a great job of keeping his car out front. Quillen looks like he's pulling a little bit on corner entry, but I don't think he's going to be able to find a way around on that low side. Yellow flag out. Yeah,
Aaron Kitchen around. And we've also had one of the Slick Sim Sports number 2 machines of either Dylan Hauser or Zach McSwain. Unsure of who that was at this stage as we bring up the Wicked Cushion instant replay. We're not watching the right driver. There we go, Aaron Kitchen. We'll see him, and he'll have nowhere to go. In fact, he gets punted there by the 713 of Gavin Collins. And Gavin Collins, not sure whether he was maybe trying to check up for him, but yeah, just like he did not want to lift as we go on board, thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports with the 713, if I can find him. And no, he just
these cars
didn't lift, it looks like it.
It's unfortunate. Maybe he was going for his flick maneuver, and so maybe something failed on his rig or something. Very out of character for these drivers to punt each other out here on the...
Well, when tensions fly, anything can happen on the racetrack. It's certainly not the first time we've seen someone get hit from behind us. We're about to go back green flag action as we welcome you back to live video coverage from the virtual Limaland Motorsports Park. Fisher. Now that was a single file restart. Fisher, Quillen and Majulis down low as Wilson continues to work upstairs. Now Quillen, this is where the real test is going to come in as we come to close to half race distance at the moment. The real question is, when this track slickens off, when that top side comes back in, does Huey Quillen make the choice to go upstairs and try and protect, or does he stay down low and continue to turn laps as he's all over the back of Fisher through 1 and 2, makes a mistake?
Yeah, Quillen finding out that there's not much room out there on track for him as Blake Majulis is all up in his rear view. I think he's figured out that that low line is the place to be. He runs these things real life, so he knows to watch the front guys to find this.
Yeah, well, Dylan Wilson from 4th up to 2nd in the space of 2 laps around the outside. And now coming after the race leader. Boy, oh boy, the 80D just picked up 0.3 of a second over the last 2 laps. And 3 laps ago, he was into 4th. And now he's coming after Fisher into 1 and 2. I think the next couple of laps, we're about to see that 80D machine rocket to the race lead. Unless Chris Fisher, unless he moves up racetrack. But right now, he is happy just running the bottom side, but no doubt he would have heard Dylan Wilson then. Wilson going to get a run out of turn 2, but Fisher too got on the bottom side. And Blake Majulis, look at him, he's now going and following in the ATD's footsteps through turns 1 and 2 as Dylan Wilson now to the race lead in the middle of turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, these drivers starting to put their money where their mouth is. They've got to pick where they're going to go for the end of this race, and they got to stick to it. They got to make it work. Majulis now moved up to the upstairs. He's going to try to make something happen up.
Well, you notice Chris Fisher, you keep an eye on that front end. He is certainly clipping those infield U-ties. It's not unsettling the race car enough, but tell you what, he is doing a fantastic job to keep it locked down on the bottom side and get the drive down the straightaways, all in the moisture, all 4 tyres. 40 down, 25 to go here at Limaland. And the race is on for the lead, but the yellow flag is going to fly.
Yes, very wide gap there with the tandem drivers between those that are choosing the high side and those that choose the lows. It's the extreme high and the extreme low side now. So there's a lot of space to work out.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've still got, after this one, Jesse, we've got the 410 Winged Sprint Car Series here from Limaland. And then after that, I'm going to head over to the virtual USA International Speedway for the Wings Only Racing League 360 Sprint Car Series. And we're going to be heading to USA at, I believe it is around 12 Eastern. So still plenty of action to come here on Ultimate Dirt TV as we bring you, this is race number 2. In fact, technically race 3 of 4 here on this Sunday evening. Delaware double file restarts. 38 down, 22 to go, or 43 complete now. Still 22 laps left to run. Fisher, Wilson, and Majulis. What a top 3 that is. Quillen. Look at Jordan Casey. He has come from about the 16th starting position. And Casey now looking to get up inside of a top 5. They go 3 wide down the main straightaway. Prescott upstairs. Quillen was in the middle. And Casey was down low. So Quillen, he shut the door on Casey. Prescott goes through the middle, 3 wide with Majulis on the outside. Majulis getting a run, but Dylan Wilson, your new race leader, down through turn number 1 and 2, and Fisher trying to hang on.
Yeah, it looks like that outside line's working for him now. Sounds like he placed his bet right. That was the bet that he placed last week while we were at USA International Raceway. That outside line came in for him towards the end of the feature race as the track slicked in, and he was able to ride that train all the way up to...
Now the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series is putting on an absolute belter of a race here for round number 2. Another great race following last week's race at USA. Look at Casey run on the bottom side. 3 wide, car around. Evan C. may have just been turned in that number 33 machine as we go yellow. And this field once again is going to stack up. We'll go back to a Delaware double file restart. But boy, oh boy, the laps are starting to wind down inside of 15 laps remaining. We're going to have, I believe, either 13 or 14 laps left to go when we go back to green. And Jesse, these guys, they are not afraid to put it where other cars are not because, well, basically they've got to find another way around every driver to get as many forward positions as possible.
Yeah, a lot of racy action going on there, a lot of sliders going around in the field. It's a stacked field, everybody's fast, they're all tight, so there's not a lot of room to work now that we're getting to the race, the end of the race.
Now the pointy end of the race right now. Delaware double file restarts. Wilson to the front row by himself. Chris Fisher and Blake Majulis. Fisher on the inside, Majulis on the top side. And I guess both drivers would be happy with that one considering what we've seen over the past 10 to 15 laps. As Majulis, 13 to go. Majulis, your winner from last week, as he tries to catch Dylan Wilson as he sets off into the sunset, down into turn number 1 and 2. Keep an eye on Casey and Prescott as they go side by side. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Casey down low, Prescott upstairs. So they still race 2 by 2 all throughout this field, Jesse.
Yeah, comfortable lead by Wilson here as he takes the midline through 1 and 2. That is interesting to me. He knows that he's got that gap and he's comfortable, and the worst thing that he could do for himself right now is get up and...
All right, Majulis and Prescott upstairs as well. They follow each other nose to tail. And then you go back to Devin Morgan in the 112 machine. The white and green with a bit of black with the team VLR.com on at the number 12. He's working upstairs as well. So experience for these drivers really starting to come into play right now. 9 laps left to run here in tonight's main event at Limaland. And Majulis is coming after your race leader into turn number 1 and 2. The battle is on for third. Shad Prescott makes his way into position number 3 and does it via getting around the outside of Chris Fisher on the front straightaway.
Yeah, it looks like that low line is starting to fade away for Fisher as he falls back. Blake Majulis and Shad Prescott taking it up here to Wilson, trying to get something out of it.
Prescott following Majulis, and Majulis following Wilson. All top three up on the top side of the racetrack. Wilson leads by about a car and a half lengths distance, but Prescott really starting to motor along, starting to put some pressure and giving Blake Majulis a rear vision full of the number 14M machine. 5 to go this time by.
Yeah, number 14 is Shad Prescott, showing Majulis that he has speed too, and he's not going to give it up that easy.
Oh, Wilson makes a mistake in 3 and 4. Majulis around. Oh, Prescott got into the back of Majulis, and Blake Majulis facing the wrong way. It was a mistake from Wilson, and Prescott, unable to check up in time, tags the back of the 127 machine. Oh boy, how about a bit of late race drama here at the Limaland Motorsports Park? And Jesse, you know what that means? It means a green-white checker to wrap us up.
Ooh, green-white checkered, and a couple of these drivers are hot under the collar from everything that's been going on, so it's going to be a feisty race. As we follow around the field coming through turns 1 and 2. Yep, 3 and 4. There's the start-finish line there as we just keep pacing under caution. The leader now catching up to the pace car.
Well, the lights are out on the iRacing.com pace track, the DirtFan.com Super Late Model Nationals Series. Dylan Wilson, Shad Prescott, Devin Morgan, a green-white checker to wrap us up here at Limaland as we go green, and Wilson getting a good start. Prescott, and how about Jordan Casey as well, trying to make it a 1-2-3 for D1RT right now. Casey up on the inside. Tyler Ducharme making a run on the top 5. Morgan and Casey side by side at the start-finish line. The white flag is out. 1 lap left to run. Dylan Wilson into turn number 3. Prescott, an opportunity, limp, but no. Dylan Wilson wins. Second goes to Shad Prescott. And third at the line, just Devin Morgan stops the D1RT shutout. Jordan Casey home in 4th. 5th will go to Chris Fisher. Tyler Ducharme 6th. Huey Quillen 7th. 8th, Barry Sorensen. Blake Brown 9th. Brent Fair to round out the top 10. Then we go back and have a look at 11th on back. Zach McSwain home in 11th. Dalton Cloyd, John Alatic, Blake Murray, Aaron Kitchen, Chris Maguire, Daniel Powell, Gavin Collins, Blake Majulis, Evan C. in 20th. And then we go and have a look at Tanner Tomasi, 21st, Curtis Upoff, and Dylan Hauser home in position number 23. Boy, oh boy, Jesse, how about that one? How about that for a wild finish here at Limaland in the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series?
Absolutely. Thank you to DirtFan.com for giving us the resources that we need to be able to put on a production like this. Excuse me. It's great fun to get out here and watch these pros honestly do what they do. They are really skilled, really fast runners, and we get to see great show week after week.
Well, let's go down to victory lane and chat to your winner here tonight in car number 80. He started on pole. He did not lead every lap. He fell back to 4th, but the top side came in late in that race, and he certainly put an absolute toweling on this field. But in the end, Dylan Wilson, congratulations on going to victory lane here at Limaland. Wow, that was a tough race all round in that 60-lapper.
Oh yeah, she was tough for sure. So glad to survive there. We've been turning a lot of laps at Charlotte this last week, so every other track feels really weird, and that track especially was really, really slick and edgy, and I kept getting the wall, and it was not my best race ever. So happy to get out here with a win.
Well, you started obviously on pole position tonight. You got out to an early lead, but you were sort of running sort of mid to 3/4 of the racetrack, probably for the first 30 to 40 laps. But once you basically got past, you ended up falling back to 4th, and then all of a sudden after a late restart, that top side really came back into play, and you're able to go from 4th into 1st in about 3 laps.
Yeah, you can make up ground down there on the bottom, but I set up for the top. Yeah, I've yet to ever see anybody win a race right around the tires. So I knew it would go away, and when it did, the top would be fast. So I set up for the top. So in the end, that's what happened. The top came in, and off we.
Well, there was a point late in that race with about 5 to go. You went into 3 and 4. It looked like your car got tight, or whether you may have tagged the wall. It allowed Majulis and Prescott to really close up on you there. What was going through your mind at that stage of the race?
At that point, I kept grabbing the wall so much, so I was trying to give room on the wall. Like I would try to leave a lot of space, and I don't know why it kept on grabbing me down the back straightaway, and it would screw me up getting into 3 almost every lap. So that one time it grabbed me really hard, and I couldn't pull off of it, hit the opening, and I probably caused all that. But there's no reason why we should be stuck. When you barely touch the wall, you should be stuck to it.
Well, anyhow, congratulations on the victory here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. You go a 1-2 for D1RT. We'll let you get out of here, of course, but before we go, of course, we know there's a lot of people that help you behind the scenes and, of course, some sponsors as well. So why don't you give them a shout-out?
Yeah, thanks to D1RT Racing, thanks to Tub, and thanks to you guys for broadcasting, and Stephen for putting this.
All right, there we go. Dylan Wilson there, home in first place. Jesse, you caught up with our second place runner.
All right, Prescott. Good run out there. Congratulations on the podium. How'd that?
Felt pretty good. Usually, I mean, starting that far back at a place that small, when they restart the track state like that, it's usually pretty tough to get through there, and somehow made all the right decisions at the right time, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm just looking here in iRacing's scoring system. 13th to 2nd. Wow. Good job, sir. How do you get that?
What was that you cut out?
I said, how do you manage a drive from 13th on the grid up to 2nd place and get a podium?
Anymore, I think a lot of it has to do with luck. I mean, a lot of these guys in here are so good now that you're just not going to drive through there and pass them most times. So if you don't have a little luck on your side, I don't think you're going to be able to get through. But I somehow had it there.
All right, thank you, Prescott. Do you have any sponsors and plugs that you would like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I just got to thank everybody over at D1RT Racing. They all know who they are. Jim Emery with Next Level Designs for the new paint he did for me for this upcoming week, and Big Show Promotions, World of Thunder, and you guys for the great broadcast as always.
Okay, thank you, Shad.
All right, there we go. Shad Prescott there, home in second spot. We'll chat to the driver that comes home third place tonight and get basically another podium in the opening couple of weeks. Devin Morgan. Devin, congratulations on this third place finish here tonight. Boy, that was a tight way to end a 60 lap A main event, but you get the job done. How are you feeling after that one? You ready to go for 60 more?
Oh yeah, I could definitely go for 60 more always. That's one thing. I don't get tired being younger. But yeah, this racetrack was fun. I wish you didn't reset it before. I wish it would have been really slick. Thought the bottom it allowed some other guys to get up front. That I don't think they would have been there, but the slick. So that was definitely interesting. But I had a good car. I just had to beat my right rear quarter up so I could get closer to the wall, and it's just wall riding.
Well, it was always going to be tough starting on the outside of the fourth row and trying to come through this field. Again, you guys are in the National Series for a reason, so anytime you get to make an A-main, it's always going to be a difficult one. But what's it like, coming away and how you feeling after 2 weeks so far with 2 podiums?
I'm definitely feeling pretty good. Definitely showing speed against these faster guys, just getting better and better the more I run against them. And it's just all laps, especially at this track. I wasn't expecting much, so to come away with the podium, it definitely feels.
All right, well, congratulations on this third place run here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. No doubt you got some people and some sponsors you need to give a shout out to, buddy.
Yeah, I got to thank my mom, my dad, MPM Marketing, Wiley X Glasses, Dreamer Racing Series, Splash and Go Graphics, and Team VLR for everything.
All right, there we go. Devin Morgan home in third place. Jesse, that wraps us up once again here from Limaland. The Super Late Models have had their fun, and congratulations goes to Dylan Wilson, your winner here tonight.
Yeah, Devin Morgan there, now the only driver in the series that has finished on the podium every race. So that's a little fun fact. This is race 2 of season 9 for the World of Thunder National Series. So more fun facts coming to you.
Alright, that'll wrap us up here on Ultimate Dirt TV here for the DirtFan.com Super Late Model National Series here live from the Limaland Motorsports Park, presented by World of Thunder Racing League. And again, a big thanks to everybody that makes all this possible here on a nightly basis. And of course, a big thanks to DirtFan.com, World of Thunder Racing League, Wicked Cushion, Wicked Energy Gum, and everybody that has tuned in here tonight. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, we've still got one more show, and that'll happen in about 45 minutes time. It is the 410 Winged Sprint Car Series. Again, the DirtFan.com round number 2, 410 Sprint Cars, 900 horsepower. As we'll take a quick break, we'll have a new stream up, and until next time, it's see you soon.